Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cedric Jung, and I am this year's Executive Student Director. And I am honored to welcome you all to the 9th Annual Classics for a Cause performance. I hope you all enjoyed the historically famous composition, The Swan, written by Saint Saëns, a beautiful creature that perfectly embodies the beauty of our performances tonight and the elegance of the music you will all hear throughout each piece. I hope you all feel the music touch your hearts and spark emotion as each brilliant and talented musician performs. Tonight, we are honored to be joined by one of the founders of this wonderful organization, Kaya Manizade, who will be performing in light of the first ever classics 9 years ago. I ask you all to silence your phones and keep your flashes off throughout each piece. If you must use the restrooms, please leave the hall after performances and never in the middle of one. If your children wants a place to stay, there's a children's room outside in the hall that is open. Thank you to all our wonderful sponsors and the student committee that made this entire experience possible. Please continue to support our musicians, our sponsors, our organization, and most importantly, please enjoy. Thank you.
impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars, the unreachable stars, the unreachable stars.
Wow. Does that say it all? Every year I am in awe. What talent, what inspiration tonight, right? And what a beautiful facility to share it in. And what a thrill it is to see all of you here tonight supporting our youth and supporting the Salisbury Wicomico Arts Council, SWAC, as we support our youth and our community with free band instruments, arts grants to schools, arts scholarships to youth, arts grants to community for support in all the art disciplines: visual, dance, instrumental, vocal, literary, and culinary, arts programming, and arts advocacy. A little history: SWAC is the first and oldest arts council in the state of Maryland, with all other 24 arts councils, including the Maryland State Arts Council, patterning themselves off of us. And now Maryland is the third highest state arts-funded state in the nation and a role model to all other states. So you can literally say that all the arts in Maryland started in Salisbury at SWAC. Give yourselves a round of applause. The arts are a gift to our souls, that we may achieve gladness in the midst of tedious living. The arts are our entitlement to lift ourselves to higher ground, simply for the asking. When I wrote that SWAC slogan as my first act as executive director in 2009, I had no idea just how tedious living would become until these last couple years. With all that's going on in our world, not just COVID and pandemics, but the daily discourse that makes life confusing and the struggles that brings pain. Tonight, the 9th annual Classics for a Cause brings us back. Back to good, back to peace, back to clarity, back to lovely. And just like the old TV movie Classics channel that takes us to simple joys, tonight's performances take us back to classic hope, a rare and precious commodity. How does this happen, you ask? Well, it comes from them, the youth, who have filled their lives with the arts. It comes from you, the parents, the teachers, the guides, the grandparents, who have directed them to and in the arts. It comes from all of the arts disciplines that create in our lives a spirit of truth, broadened horizons, and the courage to peek behind every corner for the inspiration, knowledge, growth, higher test scores, and strong character that comes through the arts as an academic engine. Some of you may have heard this next story, but it bears repeating. In one of our SWAC programs called the Salisbury Film Society, we presented a film called The Singing Revolution, a true story of the people of Estonia who literally sang their way to freedom to save their lives. In Estonia, singing is very important. People sing everywhere, in the stores, on the street. In fact, parents teach their children to sing when they can walk. It is as important as reading, writing, or any other learned function. During one of the wars, the enemy surrounded the town of Tartu, Estonia, holding the people hostage in the town with guns aimed. So the people, unarmed, used their best weapon. They started to sing, and they kept singing. They sang louder and louder, on and on, until the enemy army so shook, finally retreated and left the village. That's the magic of the arts. You can't be angry at someone or sad or afraid or depressed and sing at the same time. Doesn't work. When I spoke earlier of the benefits of the arts for youth, it is just this kind of example, like the folks of Tartu, that fills these talented young performers tonight with such attributes. These young people have chosen to sing rather than fear. They've chosen to learn rather than rest, to practice rather than play, to achieve rather than fail, and to give back rather than take. All you have to do is read the arts article in your program tonight, written by our student committee executive director, Cedric Jung, to prove my point. Do you think a child spending all their time on video games, Xbox, negative activities, or delinquent behavior could or would write such a masterpiece as Cedric has composed? Well, we have been telling you now at Classics for years how the arts create tomorrow's leaders. And bringing that notion home to roost, we have successful Classic alumni in our midst tonight. We have Amy Venos, who performed in the second Classics for a Cause event and is now a professor of math at Salisbury University. Please stand, Amy. And now for more proof. One of the two young men who started Classics for a Cause telling me 10 years ago, "We have been fortunate to have music lessons, but other children have not. We want to give back." One of those folks is Kieran Murphy, who is teaching English in Spain. So it was a bit of a commute for him to join us tonight. But the other young man, co-founder of Classics and author of that statement, is with us. A graduate of West Point Academy and captain in the United States Army, Kaya Manazati. Please stand, Kaya. And not only is he with us tonight, but his talented piano ways are still a large part of his life, proving once again how powerful the arts are to sustain us, de-stress us, and empower us. Kaya, now 10 years later, is going to perform for us tonight. He will be joined by his lifelong piano instructor, the incredible Luba Paskova Anderson, SWAC board member and Classics chairwoman. We've had stellar performances tonight and more to come. So let us go wherever the arts take us. I leave you with this thought. We don't know what tomorrow brings, but we do know who holds tomorrow. And as Amy, Kaya, Kieran, all Classics alumni, and now Cedric and the 2022 Classics cast have shown us, the sun will come out. Tomorrow is only a day away. But fear not, tomorrow is in talented, compassionate, and disciplined good hands. Kaya, would you join us? Thank you.
All right, I was going to walk around with the microphone, but there's a piano in the way, I just realized, so I'm going to stay right here. I'll be brief. I just want to say, hey, good evening, everybody. I'm thoroughly happy to be able to participate and be here with you all tonight. I asked Kieran if he could make it, and he said, I'm going to be in Valencia, Spain, teaching English, and I was like, I'm disappointed you can't make it, bud, but that's a pretty cool excuse, so we'll let it slide. So I'd just like to say three things on behalf of myself and Kieran. So 1, wow, 2, congrats, and 3, thanks. So firstly, wow, I think Miss Therese Hamilton said it the best. We've seen some incredible talent tonight, and it's not over yet, Word on the streets, we've got a nice choir coming on pretty soon. And I'm inspired, and Kieran's inspired to see this awesome next generation of talent that we have keeping this show going. great job to everyone who's performed so far. You all knocked it out of the park, and I'm looking forward to the choir. Second, congrats. So, congrats on another great installment of Classics for a Cause. Both Cedric and the executive committee, the students who put this together, SWAC and Teresa. Hey, congratulations. This is another great installment. And, Kieran and I didn't know how long this would keep going, this concert. Kieran knew he wanted to make it an annual thing, but clearly you all have kept it going, and it's going strong, so congrats. Third is thanks. So firstly to you all, the audience, parents, patrons of the arts, seriously thank you, because you're out here supporting us, and I want to thank Allen Memorial Baptist Church for this wonderful venue as well. Thank you. So I'll conclude with this. We owe it all to the teachers, right? And I want to thank our teacher, Luba Peskova, and all the teachers who have students in tonight's performance. And Miss Luba consented to play a duet with me for you all tonight. So before our great choir comes and takes the stage, we'll play a little duet for you. So without further delay, here is a very modern composition. It's Elements by Maurizio Bignone. So we hope you enjoy.
Well, God blessed me with a lot of wonderful students. It's extremely heartwarming experience to see them grow and become delightful, successful people. Music, like a thread that weaves the meaning of our lives. Music helped you, Kaya, to shape your wonderful personality. Yes. Yesterday, during the rehearsal, I saw how young kids looking up to you. Yes. Thank you, Kaya, for coming back and giving them this great encouragement. Thank you for the music, for giving it to all of us.
We are grateful for the opportunity to be able to be participating in this program tonight. What you have in your programs, we're going to sing one of those songs. My husband has become ill, so I had to be gone for several weeks to Hopkins. So we weren't able to communicate the songs that we're going to do, but I do hope that you will enjoy our selections. The first one, Oh America. It was created just for the Celtic women as a thank you to the Americans for supporting them so strongly and just really showing the essence of the American spirit. The soloist will be Lily Wilcox, the drummer will be Larry Parsons, and our accompanist for our choir, Mrs. Susan Zimmer. next selection is called Pavane for a Silent Night, and it was written by Maurice Ravel, and it was written for a different reason, but an arranger decided, I want to take that beautiful, beautiful melody and put it to words. And so that's what you will hear. He was born in 1875 and lived 67 years, but the hallmark of Ravel is he wrote like a master at a young age. And if you read anything about his life as a musician, that was absolutely incredible. Our clarinet is going to be Deborah Scott. Thank you. We're going to end with quite a different style. It's going to be a cappella over a djembe. Let's move this. It was an original folk melody from Africa that one of our choristers has, not from this choir, from America, has taken and made it into a joyful celebration.
On Veterans Day, we honor those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, those living who served and those living who have served, and those who still serve. So at this time, I ask all veterans and active duty military, if you would, to join us up here around the piano in front, or at least stand. We'd like to acknowledge you. Everybody come up and join us. Active military or veterans? Gotta be some veterans. Thank you, veterans and active military, for making us free, for keeping us free, for teaching us how to be free, for helping us to desire to be free, for creating a day or a historical memory of why we should be free in order to give us a standard, and for always putting us first before yourselves. For there is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. And we love you. Let's give our military here and out in the country, wherever they are at tonight, a rousing round of applause. Now, if all of you would face the flag, and I'm sure you probably are, but Kaya, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now it's your time to perform. You didn't think you were going to get away tonight without doing something, did you? So, please remain standing as Alice Whitfield and the Salisbury Children's Choir lead us as we all sing together. The words are in your program if you need them. God Bless America. So Alice, would you help us?
If you look in your program, it's about page 8 if you don't know the words, and we're going to go through it twice. All right, let's see what the next choir is going to sound like. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet
Thank you. You sounded wonderful. You're all on for next year, okay? Well, we have just a couple more little things to do, but right now, I'd like to, all of us, yeah, you can have a seat. All of us to say thank you as the cast of the 20,000, oh my goodness, 2022 Classics for a Cause cast. Take a bow all together. We didn't practice, but let's do it. And finally, each participant tonight has a certificate they've achieved, and they're out on the table, so please pick them up on your way out. But this is what the certificate says. It has our logo on it. The Salisbury Wicomico Arts Council, with thanks, awards this Distinguished Community Service Award, honoring commitment, generosity, and artistic talent for participating in Classics for a Cause, a youth-produced fundraising concert for the arts and supports the Salisbury Wicomico Arts Council's commitment to excellence in the arts and is recognized by, and then the student's name. And it's signed by our Salisbury Wicomico Arts Council Board President, Dr. William Folger, and myself, Therese Hamilton. And we also have two board members here tonight, Dr. Louise Anderson and Angie Robinson, and they're with us and have been helping out, so thank you to them. And be sure and pick up those certificates. And we have one more thing to do, and then you can all take pictures, and we'll call it a night. But I think we have, who's going to help me? Luba, were you going to help me with the flowers? Or Cedric? Little flower technical difficulty. Rubber bands. Oh, I got this is for Kaya. Kaya, would you come on up? Oh, those just knocked over. Grab them real quick. And a box of candy since he's a man. A special thank you to Alice Wigfield and the Salisbury Children's Choir. They're so excellent, and they've added a lot to the event, so we so appreciate them.
I'd just like to say thank you to the student committee and all of those that came out to support their friends, their family, their loved ones. The arts is truly special to me, and I hope the children in the audience see it as a goal to get up on this stage one day. I hope to see you all next year, and I hope you had a great night. Thank you. And lastly, I would like to thank Miss Luba, Miss Therese Hamilton, and Miss Wigfield for all their help, and PAC 14, and all of our sponsors. Thank you.
Okay, well, this concludes our concerts. All performers, please stay in place so parents can take pictures. And when you're done with that, thank you, safe travels home, and a SWAC good night to all.